That was so creepy.
Hey guys, we just posted our video. We did the...
What is it doing?
Oh my god,
There's literally nothing you can open. Turn it off, burn it, burn it, burn it, burn it. No, no, no. Oh, I'm so creeped out. What just happened? Literally, what was that? I thought my phone was ringing and it was a ringtone that I didn't know I'd set. And then it was random music and like footsteps. Oh! And I'm home alone. Oh, I don't like it. No. That can just stay off and get in the bin. Oh, but then what? No, I need to have it on. Oh, for life. Stay away from me. Hi darlings, welcome to today's video. So this is a bit different and I saw a couple of people have done this kind of video and straight away it just resonated with me and I straight away wanted to do it because I have so many clothes that I will literally never throw away. Like, for so many different reasons, and I recently wrote a blog post about why I'm a clothes hoarder and why I'm always going to be a clothes hoarder, so if you want to read that, check the links below and it'll be there. Sorry if I sound a bit like hoarse or anything this morning. I had a really bad attack of my acid reflux this morning and it's like really messed with my throat. So I'm sorry, but can we appreciate this pink gorgeousness and these sleeves? So cute. I'm just going to jump straight into it. There are some items I'm just going to show you here. We're going to go in hard. We're going to start off strong, and this is actually a pair of shoes, and there's not many shoes I will keep forever at all, because a lot of them I just have to buy. I find it really hard to find shoes, first of all, that I can actually wear for a multitude of reasons. So yeah, I just not a big shoe collector. I'm not a big shoe collector, and I'm just always preferred spending my money on clothes compared to shoes, whereas I know a lot of girls and guys love buying their shoes. But this pair I will never throw, and it is my Why Are You, that's the brand, the letters Why Are You, unicorn boots. I'm obsessed with these. If you buy these in America, they come with a unicorn horn, but they didn't when I bought them, and someone told me it was because of like health and safety standards in their like UK, because it was like a spike. So mine has got a little gem on the toe, but aren't these just amazing? And there's a few reasons I won't throw these. The first of all is that they're just so unbelievably wild, crazy, amazing. Me. They're such a me shoe that I could just never throw them, because I would love, love, love to pass them down to my kids. Like, if any of my kids are into like weird and wonderful clothes like I am and love being colourful and stuff, I would just love to be able to pass stuff down, because I've explained in a couple of videos before actually, but I have had a lot of stuff passed down that I just thought was so cool and that my like grandparents and parents have worn, so I want to do the same. Also, they really, really remind me of the fact that when the Spice Girls were big and they were rocking platforms, they remind me of the shoes, obviously, because they are them, but specifically my dad actually came in to my lesson, in a maths lesson, and I was hating life because I hated maths. He came in and was like, Jess has got a dentist appointment? And I was like, no I don't. And he was like, yeah you do. And we went outside and I was like, I don't have a dentist appointment. And he was like, no, I'm taking you up London to find the Spice Girls shoes. Like, is that just not the coolest thing? And I've always remembered it, and I wore them to school. I wore shoes legit like this to school, in primary school. That actually happened. They were metallic gold, they were sick. I was obsessed with them. So they remind me of them as well. And they remind me of a specific time in my life. Like when I bought them, I really remember buying them, and I remember where I was living and what I was doing at the time. So it's just all very nostalgic. And another pair of shoes that I will never throw away are my first pair of proper underground creepers. They're like this coppery, metallic-y, and these remind me of the actual Spice Girl shoes I had. They were like this colour with a big black sole, but they were that type of shoe as the Why Are You ones. But yes, I really remember I bought these when I was working a job that I hated, but that I needed the money, and I just worked in that job, and I was like, you know what, I'm actually going to buy myself something that's actually special with my money that I've made from this job to try and make it better that I'm having to work this job. And so I bought these shoes, and yeah, I really remember like, and I think I'd either just dyed my hair blonde or I was just about to. Okay, I've brought you in a little bit closer just so it's more light because I just hated the way that looked. But moving on to some clothes. This might be weird to some people. It might be a bit morbid, but this is actually the outfit that I wore to my nan's funeral, and whilst I know that I will never wear it again, I just can't bring myself to throw it away. It's not one of those things where every time I open my wardrobe it makes me sad. It actually doesn't, it actually just makes me think of her. So yeah, if it was like making me sad every time and reminding me of the funeral, then I wouldn't want it, but it doesn't. It just reminds me of her, and also I just feel like it's an out of respect type thing with me. Like, I just feel like out of respect for her I can't possibly keep loads of other clothes and throw away this. So yeah, it's just a dress and cardigan from ASOS, but I really do like them. I just would never wear, like, I don't wear black, I would never wear this in like everyday life, but I don't know, it's just so, like, even as I'm holding it, it's just so like steeped in memories, and yeah, I just don't see myself ever throwing this away. This next item is from my favourite brand, Lazy Oaf, and there's going to be a few Lazy Oaf items in here, and this was actually, I don't know if it's actually classed as Lazy Oaf, but it was on the Lazy Oaf website. They did a collab with a brand called Little Sunny Bite, and that's what this is, and it's really quite old, and I actually got this second hand off of eBay when we found our cat Figaro. Like, shortly after I found this on eBay, and I was like, that has to be mine because it has Disney's Figaro on the front. It is floral and gorgeous and Lazy Oaf, but it actually says Disney's Pinocchio as well, which I love, and then that is Figaro, which is my cat's namesake. So being Disney and being Figaro, I had to have it, and on the back it says cherish my love, and I just think I'll always end up keeping this because of the fact that he was my first cat, and I never ever wanted cats. And a lot of these stories you're gonna have to go and watch my other videos that are about them. Like, to understand me keeping the funeral dress, you'll probably need to go and watch my video about dealing with death. To understand about Figaro and Cleo, you'll probably have to go and watch my videos about when we found them, because they're really long stories and I want to get through this video. But yeah, he was my first cat. I never wanted a cat, but honestly we have a bond that is just unreal. Like, everyone can see it and feel it, and he just trusts me with his life from the moment I met him, and he changed my life. So I don't think I'll ever throw this because it will forever be the jumper that I got for him. T-shirt I got in Disney World when we went in 2016, so that is special enough to me anyway. I don't think I'll ever throw any of my Disney like clothes that I've bought, but this was actually from Uniqlo. So I had a couple of other t-shirts that I got from Uniqlo at Disney World that I probably would end up throwing once I've worn them and they've got a bit grotty and they've been washed loads or they get holes. I'd throw them, but this one I deliberately keep like in good condition, and I don't wash a lot and I don't wear a lot, and that is because it has the Up characters on it. See there? And then I loved that on the back it's their back. So I loved it for how colourful it was, but for those of you who don't know, when I went to Florida in 2016, it was nearly exactly a year since I'd lost my granddad, and I've explained this in loads of other videos, but I have a really strong close tie to Up because when my granddad was around, we like forced him and my nan to watch Up because we all could not believe how much Carl is my granddad. Like, if you drew my granddad as a cartoon, it would be Carl from Up. So we couldn't believe it. We made them watch it around Christmas time, and then just throughout, like, when he passed, I got me and my nan the grape soda pins and we wore them at the funeral. At the funeral we had flowers made that looked like the Up house and had balloons coming off. I'll put a picture here of that, it was amazing. And we also had the one of the songs from Up at his funeral, so it just has a really strong tie with our family. So the fact that I got this, and when I went into the store I didn't see it at all. I saw a picture of it though where it was meant to be and there was none left, and I was absolutely heartbroken. I went into the changing rooms to try on what I had got, and as I was leaving someone put this back in my size, just the one in my size, as I was leaving. Like, that was meant for me. I'm sorry, that was meant for me. This next item makes me lol, and it's just so stupid, but like, look at the joy it brings me. So this t-shirt is, I don't even know where I got it. I literally don't know where I got it. River Island, it says on the inside. It literally looks like a t-shirt for a baby, like, because I was like a size 8 when I got this. But anyway, this I would never throw, because I bought this specifically for my holiday to Magaluf with my best friends when I was 18. Before we went to uni, we all went to Magaluf after we left school, and it was my first holiday abroad. My first ever holiday abroad was Magaluf with my mates when I was 18, and so I just got this t-shirt as well. Was worn on like one of the best nights of my entire life. We went to a water party, but it was just like no other. I've been to a lot of water parties, but it was just like no other water party I've ever been to in my life. You're basically swimming in the club. It was just the funniest night, and it really reminds me of that. But then also I wore this, I took it and wore it in Florida the first time we went in 2012, and I don't know, every time I see it, it reminds me of the photos, because again, I actually wore this on some of my best days of my life. Like, so it's not that special, but it's so special to me, and I just won't ever throw it, because it just makes me laugh. It reminds me of both those holidays, and this isn't going anywhere. This next dress I think is the sweetest thing, and I'm keeping it for 2 reasons. So it's this like spotty, elasticated, strappy dress. Again, look how tiny I was. Tiny little bean. And then it's like ruched down the side. It's quite long, like you could extend it, so you could like pull up that bit that was ruched and make it shorter or longer. And the reason I keep this dress is because I wore this on mine and my boyfriend's first year anniversary. When we've been together for a year, he was going to take me to the nicest restaurant I'd ever been to with a boy, and we were literally 15. So we started going out when we were 14, and I just turned 15 when I would have worn this dress. And I remember being like, oh, I really want like a new outfit for our anniversary, because Ben's taking me somewhere nice. If you don't know, I'm still with my boyfriend now. We've been together 13 years, so that's why I've kept it. It's not just some random boy that I went on a date with. I'm sure people do get sentimental about that still, but yeah, but it's sentimental for another reason, and that's because it'd just been my birthday, and so I remember my parents were like, no, you've got too many clothes, not buying you a new outfit for like some stupid dinner with your boyfriend when you're 15, like obviously not taking it seriously back then. And I was really upset, and I was like, no, I really want like a nice fancy dress, I want to look grown up. And I remember I went and sat with my other granddad, not the Up granddad, my mum's dad, and I sat down with him and was like, Granddad, could I maybe, and I was like skirting around the issue, and I was like, could I please borrow some money, like to get myself an outfit, because Ben's taking me to a nice restaurant for our anniversary. Like, pitched this whole thing to try and get money for an outfit, and I'd already seen this, and he was like, I said, and I'll make it up, I'll work in the allotment with you to like make it up, I'll you know, or I'll do stuff with Nan around the house to make it up, or I'll do her gardening. And he was just like, okay, how much? And I was like, just 20 quid, I've seen your dress, it's just 20 quid. And he was like, oh, pff, I thought you were trying to get like 200 quid out of me. And I was like, no. And he was like, the way you were like tiptoeing around me, and he just gave me it, and it was just like really, really sweet. And I lost my granddad in 2011, that granddad, and it's just one of my favourite memories with him, because he just thought it was so funny that I was so like anxious to ask him and my grandparents really did just give us anything. So yeah, but that's just what I was like as a kid. I would never have just been like, give me 20 quid. But yeah, so I went to the shops and I bought this dress and I wore it and I thought I looked wonderful, and I've kept it ever since because it's just really sweet. Like, imagine being able to say to my kids, I wore this when I was 15 and I went on a date with your dad for our anniversary. So cute. This is something that just makes me die. It makes me laugh so much. So this was and still kind of is my like dream item of clothing. So I love two pieces, like coords are my I think they're just amazing. It's just really hard to find ones that I like now I'm plus size, but when I was skinny there was a million for me to choose from. So I've actually got a couple of coords to show you, but this one I was just in love with and I got it. It's gingham, it's like 50s pin-up vibes and I'm obsessed, and it makes me laugh because these to me now look like a pair of children's shorts. That's how tiny I was, and these were big on me. Like they were baggy on my legs and my bum. Like what? It's just so funny to me. Like this is what I wish more people would be like as well. Like so many people that hold up clothes in these type of videos and are like, oh, this doesn't fit me anymore, it's so depressing. It's not depressing, my body's changed. It's literally been 5 years since I bought this. Wouldn't it be weird if I hadn't changed it all in 5 years? Anyway, I've been through a lot, my body's changed a lot. So it just makes me laugh. Because now I can't even imagine being that small. Because I also didn't ever think I was that small at the time. Like I remember the first time I put this on, I'd actually bought it again for Florida 2012, which was for our 21st birthdays, and that's what I bought it for, and I was like, that's what I'm gonna wear it. And then I remember putting it on and being quite self-conscious because it was quite skimpy. I mean, literally this is the top. Looks like a pair of pants. It's literally like a tiny, look at this. This is the top. I'll include a picture so you can see what it looks like here. But yeah, I bought this for Florida and I wore it and I felt really quite self-conscious. When I got home I was like, I really regretted that, because now I look at the photos and I looked amazing. Like what was I doing to myself? Like that's really sad. I was determined to wear it the next summer, the whole summer, and like love myself in it and not feel self-conscious. So I actually wore it on mine and Ben's 8th-year anniversary. We went to Brighton for the day and I felt amazing and I wore it and I felt great. And I never throw this because it really is like my dream item of clothing, and I have all those lovely memories attached to it of Florida and our anniversary. What more could you want from life than a lemon floral cord? Insert pictures here. This I will never throw because again it's like my dream. If I like sketched an outfit that I would love to wear, it would be this. Just the overall style I'm obsessed with. Like look how tiny, my waist was like the size of my neck. It's ridiculous. But it's a really nice like stiff fancy material. This is from Topshop literally years ago, but I loved wearing it as separates, but I loved the way it felt to wear as a duo, and I wore it a lot and I just felt fabulous, and every time I wore it I got loads of compliments on it, and again I just think it's quite unusual and fabulous and something I would like to pass down to my children one day. This dress makes me feel like Florence and the Machine. I found this again whilst I was at uni. Actually I found this, and it's this like straight up and down. Look how boring the colour is. You'd be like, why would you be interested in that? But look at these sleeves. Like and then this like fabulous long like Victorian, I don't know. Listen, I did feel like Florence and the Machine every single time I put this on. It just kind of like skimmed your body and went straight down, but then these fabulous sleeves come out. You know I love a fancy sleeve. So again, this was from River Island, but I remember buying it at uni and I wore it to one of our like balls at uni, like a Christmas ball or something, and I felt so wonderful, and I wore it lots of times after that, and again it just felt like a grown-up version of me, but still like fun. And I don't know why, but I'm just really sentimental about this dress, and I think it's because it's the way it made me feel when I put it on, but I will never throw this. changing it up with a jumper. This is from Cath Kidston, and the reason does this look like an item of clothing I would probably wear? Maybe not, but my mum bought me this jumper because the dog looks like our family dog that passed away on Christmas Day 2012, which, would you even believe that? Like, you know, you guys know my luck with like losing people and my health and all the rest of it. Like, so to lose your dog, and he was 13 years old, like, you couldn't want more in that he just passed away in his sleep of old age, which was like lovely. He didn't get ill like our recent dog Dylan, who got really ill and had to be put to sleep. That's horrific, but still, like, Christmas morning, it was just awful. And my mum got me this, and it just, that is literally what he looked like, and I will love it forever. This adorable little cardigan, I want to show you it first. So it looks like this. I 100% will wear, but I've got it because it was my great auntie's. It was my nan's sister, who I grew up really, really close with, and my nan was really, really close with her, and particularly at the end of both of their lives, they were incredibly close. So just having this, and it reminds me of her because she always had fabulous jumpers and cardigans on, always. So yeah, this I will never throw because it reminds me of her. These are a fabulous pair of blue trousers that are my nan's. My nan that's still with us, my nan that's still living. I feel like every item of clothing's like belonging to someone that's dead, which is a bit depressing, so I'm sorry. But this actually belongs to my nan who is living, but she let me like raid her clothes before she was throwing stuff out, and I took a load of stuff, so you'll see a few things of that. But those as well are special because I wore them when I first got a new job that was really special to me at the time, so I'll include outfits of me wearing it here. And yeah, I love those. I've actually had to swap cameras to do my outro because I've literally used up all the memory and all the battery in the world. That's how long this video, I don't know how long this is going to take me to edit. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe. I upload 3 new videos every single week on Tuesdays, Fridays and Sundays. And yeah, I hope you're having a beautiful day, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.